Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we are going to add Connect Flash, which is an NPM package that allows us to give feedback to our users. Now this process is going to take several videos because we're going to have to actually install it, we're going to have to configure it, then we're going to have to define all of our messages, add them to our route, so on and so forth. So that's kind of the overarching goal for the next several videos. For this specific video, we're wanting to get Connect Flash installed and configured. So what are Flash messages? Flash messages are just basically messages that are shown to the user after something happens. Examples are like logged in successfully, or you don't have permission to do that, or things like that. They're only shown on the page once, so if the user refreshes the page or goes to another page or something, they go away. And just to note, they have nothing at all to do with Adobe Flash, so don't worry about that. We're not doing anything with Adobe Flash. This is just the name Connect Flash or Express Flash or Flash Messages, so on and so forth. So why would we want to use these? Honestly, we just use them whenever we want to give feedback to our users. They are especially useful for errors, such as authentication or authorization errors, but anytime that we want to really give some feedback to our users. So let's go back to our GURM IDE and get it installed. And you install it the way you install anything, npm I connect-flash. While that's installing, let's look at the documentation that I already had pulled up. One thing to note, this is an old package. This is a very old package. It has not been updated in quite a while. You can look at the repository here to verify this. The last commit was 4 months ago, but that's just the README. The last commit on the code was 8 years ago. This is a very old package in the world of software development, especially in web development. This is very, very old. Now, this is a red flag, because this may cause us some headache down the line, because as things change, as Node changes, or as NPM changes, or as any of our other packages change, or Express, or any of that stuff, the problem is it hasn't been updated in 8 years, so we have no guarantee that this guy or anyone else is going to start updating it after it's, if anything in the future breaks it. The problem is there's not really a good replacement right now, and this still works mostly. There's a few kind of weird edge cases where it doesn't work, but this really works for the most part. And you can see it still gets 140,000 weekly downloads, so this is still a very actively being used package. One thing to note is you'll notice it was written for Express 3, and we are on Express 4, and Express 5 is already in closed alpha, so it's quite a ways behind the times. However, there's really not a good replacement, so our alternative would be to code our own Flash messages from scratch, which would be a relatively large undertaking and kind of outside the scope of this course. However, that said, if you're wanting to get your name out there, if you want to kind of start building your resume, if you will, you could make a replacement for it, Connect Flash, and publish it to NPM. I personally would wait for Express 5 to release first, so you can make sure that it meets all the specifications there. But I mean, this would be a cool project that you could work on to kind of get your name out there and contribute to the open source community. Anyway, this is what we're going to be using, and we're going to accept the fact that we may have some bugs or things down the line that we have to fix. So let's go ahead and configure this. It is done installing. I have a high severity. Let's look at this. NPM audit and see what the security flaw is. Package BL, MongoDB. Okay, that should be easy to fix. NPM audit fix. By the way, sometimes NPM will do this, and you just have to run that 99 times out of 100. NPM can automatically fix them for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Sometimes, if it can't, then you'll have to kind of delve into it to figure out why, but there we go. It has been fixed. So sorry for that little segue, but I think it's important to point those kind of things out. So let's go ahead and configure it. So we've got it installed inside of app.js. We need to do exactly what you do with everything else. Let's import it. Let's import it. It goes here, const flash, and I'm going to call it flash instead of connect flash because that's just a convention. Equals require connect flash. And then we have to use it. So let's come down to the configuration settings, and I'm going to put this right before Passport. The reason I'm putting it right before Passport is because if you put it after Passport, you get an error. So I'm going to make sure and do it before that. So connect flash app.use flash, just like that. So let's save, no daemon, make sure it works. See if we get an error. Nope, it's running. Let's refresh a page or something just to make sure. Yep, there we go. It is working. The last thing we have to do is git add app.js, git commit added express flash, or connect flash, git status, yeah, package, git add both of those, and git commit add connect flash. I should have put add connect flash instead of added. That's improper convention. But again, I'm lazy. I'm not going to go back and fix it. So clear, and that is all we have to do in this video. In this video, all we did was install and configure Connect Flash. It was super easy to do both of those things because all we had to do to install it was npm-i, and all we had to do to configure it was app.use flash, making sure that this is before Passport. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to help. Thanks.